What's up my friends, my name is Forge and welcome to our brand new video. Today I'm going to show you a really cool farm concept that is involving the Wither and the Warden fighting. This farm will allow you to get nether stars in a matter of seconds. And it's also very simple to set up. So without any ado, let's get right into the video. If you enjoyed this video, then consider subscribing as it helps out quite a bit and shows your support for the channel. Thank you. You're going to need to make a building that's 13 wide by 11 high. If you don't make it that big, then the Warden may spawn outside the radius. So you can make it as big as you want, but as long as you meet the standards, then it should work properly. But if it's any smaller, then the Warden may spawn outside that radius. The bottom half of the building is 6 high, while the top half of the building is 7 high. The top part needs to be filled in completely, so that way the Warden has no room to spawn on top. I would also like to mention that you can build this out of anything you want, just as long as you have mob griefing off. You won't have to worry about it being destroyed. And the Warden will have no choice but to spawn on the bottom floor. Then the next step is to gather your materials. You need 1 skulk sensor, 1 skulk shrieker, and 1 wool. The wool is to make sure you don't activate the sensor until you absolutely need it. Then walk into the building and grab your wool. Place that in the center of the wall, go back to the front, grab your sensor, and place it right in the center. Then right in the center of the room, place down your shrieker. And with the wool in place, we can move around this room freely without the sensor activating the shrieker. Then towards the back of the room, this is going to be the spot where your wither will be built. As a quick side note, I did have to change the back of the room a little bit. So originally I had walls on the sides here. While I was trying to place down the soul sand, the walls are connecting to the blocks and that caused the wither to not be spawnable. So I made a 3 wide by 2 wide window with 3 trapdoors at the top. The trapdoors are there to stop the Warden from getting through the window. There is one command I recommend activating, and that is game rule mob griefing. So that way the Wither isn't going to be destroying everything, because he does have a chance of breaking obsidian, so you do have to be very careful with that. So this is why I do recommend using this command. And go ahead and set that to false, and you should be all good. Once you got the room all set up, it's now time to get some wither skulls and soul sand. When you spawn in the Wither, try not to be so close to the window, because if you are, then you might get blown up. Or worse, the Wither could attack you. And once you got the soul sand and your wither skulls, you can now go inside the building and remove the wool. But make sure that you're crouching the whole time, or you might risk the Warden spawning in early. So let's break this wool and just crouch inside the building. And once you're in the back of the room, go ahead and start building your wither boss 1 block forward. Grab your 3 wither skulls, and there we go. We now got our wither. And now we need to go back to the front of the building so we can use the sensor. You could put another sensor in the back of the room. And it's now time to summon in the Warden. Come on, Warden. Come on, we're doing the Warden dance. I want this Warden to spawn in. There we go. The Warden is now spawning in. The Warden goes right after the Wither, and he can clobber him in a matter of seconds. It is absolutely insane. You won't have to kill the Wither yourself ever again. Instead, just have the Warden do it. But let's look at that. He destroyed him. But however, that gives us another issue. The nether star will end up dropping somewhere in the room, and you may have to go in and get it yourself and risk the Warden killing you. I have a solution. Right underneath the building, you will find a track. And this track is going to have a micro with a hopper that's going to go around the entire thing. And whenever the nether star gets dropped, it will get dropped into the hopper minecart. And once the hopper minecart picked up the nether stars, it will drop it off over at this hopper, and then it will continue going back around again. And if you look in the barrel, then you will find your nether stars. So instead of you needing to go in to get the nether stars, you can depend on the hopper minecart to pick them up. So I drop the nether star, wait a little bit, and eventually it will get picked up by the minecart. There we go, it's just been picked up. Making these stations are actually quite simple. So we have 1 barrel with a rail on top. Then we have a hopper that's going into the barrel. Then there's a powered rail on top of the hopper. Then we have a comparator coming out of the hopper, and that's going into a redstone torch. On top of the torch, there is a block. Then coming out of the block, there is a repeater going into another block. So basically, whenever the comparator detects stuff in the hopper, then it's going to deactivate this torch, deactivating the repeater, then it deactivates the powered rail, allowing the minecart to stay in place. And once everything goes into the barrel, then the powered rail will turn back on, allowing the hopper minecart to continue its journey. You can also put a large chest on here if you want to store other things. At the other end of the track, there is another unloader, just in case the hopper minecart picks up any nether stars on the way back. In conclusion, I think this is a really good farm for anyone to use if you want easy nether stars really quickly without having to worry about the Warden, without having to worry about fighting the Wither. Instead, you can just spawn in the Wither, spawn in a Warden, and have them duke it out. If you guys want to check out the farm yourself, I will supply a download in the description. I would also like you to tell me what you think of this farm in the comments, and if you thought this video was useful, then let me know by leaving a like on it, subscribe if you're around here, and for now, hope you have a logical day, and I will catch you next time. Goodbye.